SuperiorGaming with Michael Simeon taking first place at Dragon Den Gaming in Stockton, California, bro. What'd you play?
Thunder Dragon, brilliant.
And what did you play against?
I played Pendulum Magicians, Anti-Meta. What else did I play? I played Thunder Dragon Dino, and I played Sky Strikers.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Anything else right now? No? I was getting the deck for Pablo.
Alright, dude. First, I got 3 Thunder Dragon Hawk. He's your monster reborn for the deck. You can pitch him from hand to special a Thunder Dragon from grave or banish pile. Also, he has a banish or go to grave effect where if he goes from field to grave or banish, you can shuffle your hand, well, as many cards as you want from your hand into your deck and draw the same amount. I played 3 Thunder Dragon Dark. Thunder Dragon Dark, you can quick effect pitch from hand to grave and add a copy of himself from the deck. And then his effect, if he goes from field to grave or is banished, you can add any Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, including the fusion spell. Then 3 Thunder Dragon Roar. Effect from hand, you can add a Thunder Dragon from your graveyard or banished pile, and then when he goes from field to grave or is banished, you can special summon a Thunder Dragon from your deck in defense, and it returns at the end of the turn. There's 3 Thunder Dragon Matrix. Pitch them from hand to increase any monster, quick effect, any monster, thunder monster you control by 500 attack, and then if he goes from field to grave or is banished, you can add a copy of himself from deck. And then 3 the OG. What's good about him, and some people don't realize, he's not once returned, so you can, if you have Titan on field, you can send 1 from hand to add 1 of himself, and then you just send the next one to add the 3rd copy, so you're going to use Titan's effect twice. Get 2 pops. And then the last Thunder Dragon I play is Thunder Dragon Duo. He's pretty good. You banish a light and a dark from your graveyard. So if you haven't used your Thunder Dragon effects for the turn, you can get these effects off too when summoning them, sort of like BLS. And then his effect is when he destroys a monster by battle, you can banish a Thunder Dragon from your grave and add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty good, and that happens during battle phase. So sometimes I'll add him just to get the boost during battle phase. And then also his second effect is during your opponent's turn, at the end phase, you can add a card from your banished pile to the top or bottom of your deck. So that's that for the Thunder Dragons. Then I play 1 BLS just to get. He has a great effect on field, but then you use his effect to banish a light in the dark and get the Thunder Dragon effect. Main 1 Danko. It's good against Sky Striker and Altergeist. I side in another one depending on who I'm playing. 1 Gemini Amber for the Brilliant, and 3 Batteryman Solar. He really helps for some Summer Summoner and to really help with that 3rd Colossus. When you summon him, you can send any Thunder monster from deck to grave. So depending on what I have in hand, I'll send a Thunder Dragon that I'm missing to complete a combo. And then whenever a Thunder Dragon is, or whenever a Thunder monster is summoned while he's on field, you get a Thunder token level 1. So that really helps because that's a link 2 right there for some Summer Summoner. Hand traps, I play 2 Droll and 2 Ash. I'm thinking about dropping the Droll and putting him back in the side. Now that Call by the Grave is back to 3, definitely going to have to take 1 out and add Call by the Grave, and we'll see maybe a 3rd Ash because he's good, but he's really only good against Sky Striker. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, I just played 2 since I only play 2 Titan. This one you can shuffle Thunder monsters. Well, you can fusion summon 1 Thunder Dragon fusion monster by shuffling from your graveyard, banished pile, or field the material required to fusion summon. And then he also has an effect: you banish it from grave the next turn, and add any Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. So sometimes I'll even add Batteryman Solar or Denko Sekka depending on who I'm playing. 3 Gold Sark, 2 Brilliant Fusion for the Brilliant Engine, 2 Instant Fusion. I use Instant Fusion. It's situational. Sometimes I need another Thunder to get out Titan, so I'll go for my Kaminari. and banish him and a Thunder Dragon from hand to get out Titan. And then sometimes I need to take an opponent's really hard monster to get over, so I'll go into a Thousand Eyes Restrict and take their monster and link it off for Link Karibo. Play 2 Call by the Grave. This is going to go to 3. 1 Soul Charge, 1 Monster Reborn. I main 2 Twin Twister. One, it helps to get a Thunder Dragon out of hand when you need it in grave. But 2 is because I run Rivalry of Warlords, I main 2 of them. And sometimes I'll need to go into Borreload or Boral Sword or make another combo, so a Twin Twister come up. If that does come up, I have an option to pop it if I draw it. And then I play 2 impermanents. So that's it for the traps and spells.
Sweet.
As far as my extra deck, I never really use these cards that much, but I put Phoenix and Unicorn. It's situational, but I hardly see them. 1 Borreload and 1 Boral Sword. At one point I was contemplating which one to keep in my deck, you know, because I wouldn't usually go into both, and so it's just too hard to take one or the other out because one's super situational. Sometimes you need to steal a monster, and sometimes you only got 1 turn to attack per game. So I left both in there, and I'm glad I did. There's been situations where I just needed to take, and there's been situations to go.
Depends on your matchup, right?
Right.
Yeah.
2 Summer Summoner. This is just used to put Colossus, and then just tribute her off for the 3rd Colossus. She does have a quick effect where you, on your opponent's turn, quick effect, you discard 1 card, special summon a Thunder monster from grave. I hardly use that effect, but just depending if I know that my opponent isn't doing well, then I'll leave a space open and I won't go to another Colossus just to get a piece to combo. Maybe my hand wasn't great and I need to get a Thunder Dragon on field for combo for next turn. And then the last link is Link Karibo, which usually, you only use that. I hardly use it for the token that I get from Batteryman Solar, but usually you'll just summon your Thunder Dragon Matrix, link it off for this, and then Thunder Dragon Matrix effect engraved to add a copy of itself. So that's it for the links, and then for the fusions. 1 Kaminari attack, instant fusion target, brilliant target. I played 2 Titan. Titan's really good. You don't go into him as much as Colossus, obviously, but when you need a beater on field, he's great. Anytime you activate a Thunder Dragon or Thunder Monster's effect from hand, you can chain his effect to non-target pop a card on the field. And then if he's destroyed by card effect, you can banish 2 Thunder Monsters from grade to protect him. And he is usually your Thunder Dragon Fusion target. And then last, of course, Thunder Dragon Colossus I play 3 of. You can't play any less. If you could play more, you would.
This ain't magic, bro. You can't play.
But he's a walking mistake, so your opponent can't add, but they can draw, and he can banish a Thunder from grave to protect himself by battle or card effect. And that's that for my extra deck. Moving on to my side deck. It's kind of weird, and I have it kind of, it's in the works.
I always look at side decks, and it's kind of like depending on where you're playing. If you're playing at locals, your side should be based off your locals. If you're playing at regionals, regional side, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or YCS.
This side deck was actually based off of, I just got back from the Mesa Regionals in Arizona. And I took 31st place there. I went X2-1. My 8th round, I would have got top 24, but I drew in time. I had the game on board, but I couldn't get my go to battle phase to win. So I played 3 red reboot, basically just for my Ultra-Geist matchup. And it actually helped against the anti-meta today. But Ultra-Geist is my hardest matchup. The 3rd Impermanence. And I got 3 evenly matched. This could change. I might add the 3rd into my deck when I get rid of a draw and lock. the third twin twister. I just put one of him. I never really side him in, but if I were to side him in, trick stars, but mainly against Altergeist. I just need to disrupt as many plays for Altergeist as possible, as well as the second Danko, always against Altergeist. I'll side that in. 3. This one is I put this one for the U-Link, even though Firewall's gone now, but I think Pendulum might be coming back a little bit now that Firewall's gone and they have a chance to really put some monsters on the board, and you don't have these crazy boards as much as you did until they find something else. And then also, again, Altergeist, my hardest matchup, just to be able to get rid of, Silquitus and their Link monsters. And then the third Ash, third Droll.
What's up? Nice.
That's pretty much it.
You did say you just came back from Arizona, right?
Right.
And you placed
31st.
31st? Well, congratulations on that, bro.
Hey, thanks, man.
How was the event, by the way?
It was fun. I didn't have to play the FTK, even though that's why I made Drolls was for the FTK. But I met some cool people there and learned a lot of things. And I only played Altergeist once, my hardest matchup, but I did beat him thanks to Danko. And all I gotta say is probably Altergeist, Thunder Dragon, and Sky Strike are gonna be the top decks right now. So this is definitely a profile you should try out.
It's proven top 31, right?
Right, and first year locals in 4 rounds, and I tried the Thunder Dragon Dino, and it got me 6-3 at regionals, and then this Thunder Dragon Brilliant, I think, is the best build that I played with so far. That I personally think I do best with. So,
any shout outs or anything like that, bro?
Yeah, shout out to Superior Gaming for always being cool.
Appreciate it.
And shout out to my boy David, Pen God, Ryan Walters. He says he's better than Jeff Jones. We'll see. I beat him in this last round. So, shout out to Dragon Den Gaming. Shout out to Comics Plus. That's my locals in Los Banos, California. Check it out. Shout out to my boy Randy and everybody back at home. And probably the biggest shout out will be to my mom.
Sweet.
I love her.
Awesome. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
We can make a wildfire get away.